Hi everyone, this is Rose Press Fausto and welcome to another episode of the FQ Mom Podcast. I'm very excited for this episode kasi magkukwentuhan lang talaga kami. Chika-chika lang tayo, so I do hope that you enjoy this conversation. So, who is our guest today? You know, back in the 1980s and 1990s, she lit up the magazine covers and made heads turn in the runway that she actually got the nickname or the moniker Brooke Shields of the Philippines. She's cringing already when I say that. But you know, behind the lights of the camera, behind the glamour, there is this little girl with a golden heart. And there was something that she said during her birthday celebration that really struck me. And this is what she said. On her way from her gated village to her school, she would pass by and see poverty. She said, I could have blurred that vision, but I didn't. And that is why she is into a lot of advocacies right now. And we'll also be talking about that, plus the fact that she just recently joined me in this chapter of our life, which I call the third act. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Joanne Zapanta-Andrada. Hey, Jo!
Hello. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Okay, Joanne, so I am so excited to have you. Thank you for traveling all the way from the south to the north.
Of course. Yes. As I said, I had my visa approved right away.
Shenzhen?
Yes, and I've adjusted to the time difference now.
Okay, wala tayong jet lag.
I'm okay now. Yeah.
Okay, so the reason why I'm very excited to have this conversation with you is that magkukwentuhan lang talaga tayo dito. Chika-chika lang, ano. And it's probably best to start from the very beginning. Tell us about your childhood, your family.
Well, to start with, I am the second of 5 children.
Yep.
We are 4 girls, and my brother, the one boy, is in the middle.
Yes.
In the middle. And for the longest time, we were only 3.
Yes.
The 2 girls
So
came
the
much
first
later.
batch.
Yeah, the first batch was a girl, and a boy.
Yep.
And you know, I was the neither here nor there in the middle.
Why so?
Because I was there was this first child, the first grandchild that comes, so that's a big deal.
Okay.
Beautiful golden hair.
What's the name of your ate?
Jenny.
Okay,
beautiful,
Jenny was born.
golden haired, looked like a living doll type, skin as white as snow. And then later, then there was me, and then there was my brother, first son, first Zapanta, first grandson, so that's a big deal. Okay, so what happened when I was born? At that time, of course, there was no knowing if there was a girl or boy. Okay, so surprise.
Yes.
Surprise, there was another girl, and they were hoping for a boy. In fact, I was named Joanne because they were preparing the name Juan or John.
Is that right?
Because my paternal grandfather is Colonel Juan Zapanta. So I was supposed to be named after him. So I was supposed to be Juan.
Yeah.
But then a girl came, so it became Joanne.
So,
all
yeah.
right? But, added to the disappointment that there was a girl was the fact that I was not at all as pretty as Jenny.
Really?
Yeah, not at all. So I think at that time, my grandparents were on holiday in Europe, and there was a telegram that came from my parents, and the telegram said, another girl, unfortunately not as pretty as Jenny. And that was the beginning. That was the first documentation of my life.
So this is like a story in your family.
No, it was mentioned to me about once or twice in my life, but I don't like repeating it anymore. It's like, okay, I'll remember that. Thank God it ended up quite well at the end, but what a auspicious beginning.
Okay, so did you feel that growing up?
You do feel it because, at that time, parents, grandparents were not as aware as how they are now.
Yes. Do you know that my first awareness of you was when all of you were models of VMV.
Yeah.
And then I go, grabe, they're all beautiful. But look at the mom.
Yeah, right? So it's the mom.
So growing up, you felt
Yeah.
that you were not the pretty one.
Yeah.
But how was it? Did you feel na, kawawa naman ako? Or,
Well, I'm very sure that as a young person, first of all, you're very impressionable as a young person, right? And your defense should be your parents.
yes.
And the thing is, they made fun of it. But the good thing and the thing that saved me and mitigated everything was, I knew. I had a sneaking suspicion. No, beyond suspicion. I was quite convinced.
Yes.
I was a smart kid. You see,
Good.
at a very young age, I knew I was a smart kid, and I knew that I could communicate. I knew my superpower. I could identify my superpower, right? So it's like, she's pretty, I'm smart, right?
That's cool.
That's right. Hey, that's fine. Fair trade.
Yeah, and then when did you start noticing na, hey, ganda ko pala?
Do you know that even when I was modeling,
Yeah?
I wasn't quite sold. You can't do commercial modeling, photographic modeling, without having a face. You have to be pretty, okay, to make it. So I would be lying to you if I'd say, yeah, I modeled, but of course I wasn't pretty. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense. But I wasn't convinced for quite a while.
Yeah. Did you wonder? Like, how were you discovered?
I was discovered. I landed my first cover when I was 16 years old for Wrangler or Levi's. It was one of those jeans things. It was a cover of Panorama magazine.
Oh my gosh,
diba?
I remember that.
Panorama magazine.
Was it like
16.
the one that went with bulletin?
Yes, every Sunday. It was a Sunday publication.
So when you were a child, aside from that, growing up, I'm not the pretty one. Can you also tell us about how it was with you with regard to money? Any childhood money memory that you can share with us?
Absolutely. This I will never forget because I think I was 10. I think I was 10. Or maybe younger. Or maybe younger.
Yeah.
My paternal grandparents took me and Jenny to Hong Kong.
Okay. Was that your first trip? Okay.
In Hong Kong.
Without the parents?
Without the parents. And I remember they saying, okay, you get to buy one thing. Okay? But since it's only one, you make sure it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right? And here it was like, I saw this wannabe Barbie doll. It's a wannabe Barbie. It wasn't even a legit Barbie. Wannabe Barbie doll. That's the one I want. That's the one I want. Lola says, you sure this is what you want? I go, yeah, that's what I want. Bought it. Of course, we were in Hong Kong a couple more days. And in those days, I saw things that were far better.
Yeah.
Far better. But I already bought my one thing.
One thing.
My sister got a much better doll.
Because she waited?
She waited.
Ooh.
Because she waited. And so it stuck in my head. I said, do not ever acquire anything impulsively. Right? Or else you'll end up with that one doll.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And I think probably up to this day, that has affected your behavior.
Right. So you collect and then you select. And you take your time.
Yep.
Especially if you only have one shot of making it. Just one shot.
Yes.
That's stuck in my head. The value of something, you make sure you choose wisely. Yeah.
Wag agad-agad.
Oh yeah. Never again.
So let's go back to the modeling. How were you discovered? I mean, were you like, di ba, yung mga iba, walking in the mall, somebody approached me, gave me a card. How was it in your case?
In high school, there was this photographer who came to the school
Is it to
do our yearbooks. His name was Ralph Tongol, and he ended up being a lifelong friend
of yours,
right? A lifelong friend. And it was so interesting because when I went in front of the camera, I just knew. And this is during the time I didn't think I was particularly pretty.
Yes.
When I went in front, I was just so confident. I said, I got this. And when he looked, while others were like, take picture, go, all right? I was, take picture, you stay.
Oh.
I have to talk to you.
Oh, this is a photographer.
This is a photographer. And he ended up being a lifelong friend, taught me so many things. In fact, he taught me how to take photographs And this is during the time of film.
Yes,
Okay?
yes.
This was film. So I learned backroom, darkroom work.
Darkroom.
I learned how to buy bulk film, roll them into canisters. I learned how to set up lights. And this was film. So you can imagine if I know how to, and I knew how to develop photos
Yes.
in a darkroom. So I know the old-fashioned way. So kung baga kotse, I knew how to drive
Manual.
manual,
Yes.
right? So automatic, digital, nothing. Jeez, nothing, right? But then the modeling part, I don't know, but I felt like I was a fish that finally got into water and stopped having to be forced to fly and
Yeah,
end
and
up
just
swimming. Because when I got in it, I felt like I was in flow.
Yes.
I was in the zone. And I don't think anybody really taught me how to model. Not
Nag-arte-artehan ka lang by yourself.
Yeah.
So,
I could. Yeah.
What were the inspirations? Like, did you see anyone on TV, in the movies that, parang type ko yung arte-arte niya, the way
This
she
is how
carries
I
herself.
would teach young people now because they always ask me what to do. I said, you study the greats.
Yes.
And spend hours in the mirror trying to get that look until it becomes second nature to you.
So, who were your greats?
Brooke Shields, I will have to admit, was everybody's great. Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody who modeled, she was the it girl at that time of that.
Yes.
And she was my age.
Yeah.
Looking at her, I said, okay. And then people would say, oh, you have similar. Seriously, really? I apologize to Brooke Shields right now.
You cannot really pinpoint kasi the similarity, but there is with you. Because the first time I heard that Mirza mentioned that.
Yeah.
And then you say, no, that's not true.
Well,
and then I can't pinpoint if, syempre, hindi the eyes. But there's something in the overall look that
when
reminds
I
people.
was in my teens,
Yes.
okay, I was hairy. My hair was like the volume of my hair, and my eyebrows were very
Same
thick.
here. My
Okay?
eyebrows
Were very thick. In fact, sometimes I'd look Bombayan, which was odd. And then as I had a horse accident and they had to
Stitch you?
stitch my here where the brows were.
So unibrow.
Well, stitch the brow, and so the hair there isn't as voluminous as it was before. But long and short of it was that there was Paulina Poretskova.
Oh, yes,
And then
yes.
there was Brooke Shields.
Yes.
And of course, later on in the 90s, there was the Chrissy Turlingtons and
Yes.
the Cindy Crawfords, Eva Voorhees, and all these.
So did you have lots of magazines also? Were you the type that you would really read?
I had a lot of magazines, and my mother was patient enough to cut them and put them in albums and stuff like that. So it was interesting. And so one time because we have a house in the States, and my brother moved to the States, and my sister moved to the States early.
The older sister, you mean?
Yes, my older sister and then my one brother. And so I would holiday in the States a lot, and we would live part of the time there. And then Elite Modeling Agency came to the picture.
Oh,
Elite Modeling Agency came.
I
I know, right? It was crazy. And I was interviewed, and they said, do you have a book? And I was like, well, the other wannabes there didn't have experience. My mom has a scrapbook. So I call my mom, and somehow she FedExes it, She's like, go, So I had my book, and I gave them my book.
And those were taken by the friend?
Yeah, it was taken by my friend. But by that time, I had other photographers also who would shoot me,
Yes.
June De Leon, who was the photographer, George Tapan, who was a National Geographic photographer, who also did
And
fashion.
how did they find you?
It's a small community.
Okay.
The
so
modeling
just
world,
this girl, ganyan,
the
let me shoot
modeling
her.
world is so different now from how it was then. I did my first cover. I probably was 17 years old, and from that one cover in Woman's Home Companion.
Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden, it wouldn't stop. I don't know. It just was the fastest thing. It's like boom, 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 boom. Then all of a sudden I was in the cover every month,
Wow.
or sometimes every 2
Did you
weeks.
keep those magazines?
I don't know. I think my mom might have.
You better ask for them.
Yeah, I know, but I was in the cover all the time, right?
Galing.
And everybody.
And where was your sister, the pretty sister? She was in the States during this time.
She was in the Philippines, and then she was in the States, and she couldn't be bothered. You see,
And she was not interested at
she
all.
wasn't interested in these things.
Okay.
It never bothered her.
So parang, what was in your mind? Ay, ako pala yung maganda.
Well, di ba, my Lola was like,
so paano ngayon si
she was
Lola?
like, Jenny is the most beautiful. Now she was shutting up. She was shutting up. But, I just said, I'm carrying a big stick anyway.
Yeah.
All the magazine covers were defending me.
So
proving
I'd
my
like
point.
to show you some, and
Okay.
tell me what comes to mind.
Okay, yes, that picture, I love that one. That was taken for the Black Shop.
Oh.
For Tina Maristella.
Yes.
For Tina, who is a dear friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the men's line.
So, ito yung favorite ko.
Oh, yeah! That was for Vicky Bello. That was for ZO, for Zain Obaji.
Mm-hmm.
That was a billboard that came out in EDSA.
When was this? This was pretty recent.
This is
not
fairly
during your
recent.
80s, 90s,
I was
right?
married. I was a Zontian. I was married. I had my
yes.
kids already.
All three already at that time,
Oh, yeah,
correct?
yeah. Pretty
Yes.
much, yeah.
And then, of course,
Yes.
you'd have a few of this, I suppose.
Yes. But that's special because I had my sisters with me and my mom.
I also want to show you.
Okay. That was a lovely time. I think that was a highlight, of my modeling career.
Ang bongga bells talaga nito.
That was shot a week before my wedding.
So
a week before.
How old were you?
I was 26.
26.
In fact, Ben Chan is my godfather in my wedding.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, he
So, for those, the younger ones, this is a bench commercial.
is. Yeah.
And, I mean, Richard Gomez was the Adonis, the most handsome actor in the country at that time. And everybody was just fantasizing about him.
Yes, that's
How was the
right.
meeting with him? Or had you known him?
I was working with him for years before that already.
right.
Yeah, 2 years. So we were friends.
Because of Bench.
Because of
you
Bench,
were both
yes.
modeling for
Yes,
Bench.
so we knew each other fairly well. His girlfriend at that time was Dawn Zulueta, who is a friend of mine. So it was, it was pretty good.
Yeah. So
It was pretty
no
good.
more starstruck moments or anything.
No.
It wasn't like the Lucy Torres story.
No, I wasn't starstruck.
You've been there already.
Yeah, I was working with him for some time. I kind of knew him already. So.
Now, how long was that stint, the modeling, the active modeling stint in your life? And you didn't stop studying.
No, in fact,
You continued studying even while you were modeling.
absolutely. In fact, the reason why I said no to Elite was that I was there on a summer break,
Only.
and
How old were you? Teenager pa?
20,
Okay.
20. They wanted me to do some go-sees for Shiseido. And I was saying, look, I'm not as tall as other.
What's your height?
I'm 5'5".
Okay.
I'm 5'5".
Siyempre for Philippines.
For Philippines, that's okay. To do runway, you have to be 5'10" and 3/4.
Are you kidding me?
No.
5'10"?
Well, that was at that time in the Western countries.
Yeah.
5'10" and
Kasi
3/4,
Asians pa lang
5'10" and a half, maybe. All right, so there's no way I could do that. But then Elite was going, no, look, and then they bring out their book, and they had a lot of photographic models who were 5'6" and below, and a lot of really famous ones. Catherine Oxenberg, I don't know if you know her from Dynasty, was in their roster, and she was about my height.
Oh,
She was about my
They
height.
can make naman exceptions if they really like
But
you.
this is photographic kasi.
Yeah.
Because it's totally different animal.
Yes,
There were some who were 5'2". For as long as you were proportional.
Yes.
I was 110 pounds at 5'5". That is pretty good. They wanted me to go down to 100 pounds. It scares me what agencies make women do, young girls do.
Yes.
It still bothers me.
Yeah.
No, but I was doing my last year in college. I was in the
What
running.
did you take up?
I was an English major because I wanted to be a lawyer.
Oh, yes, that's the best.
Okay.
Pre,
Right. And I said, the superpower was communicative skills, right?
so
it's
you're
like,
also a frustrated lawyer pala.
yes. No, well, you know, I am, my parents, their biggest frustration with me is, you should have been a lawyer.
Yeah.
And God knows I handle a lot of, I'm very big into legislation right
Yes,
now. I
yes.
deal with lawyers, I deal with politicians.
Okay.
And everybody, all of them will say, you would have made a good lawyer. I go, yes, but then I would have died a long time ago because I take it so much to heart.
Yes,
You see,
yes.
that's my problem. I
Yeah,
take
yeah.
it to heart. So in a way, good na rin, I wasn't a lawyer.
Yeah.
I think I did the right thing. I don't think my heart
So
could have taken it.
when you graduated from college, did you continue to model?
Oh, yeah.
Continue. So that was like your job after school.
It was my hobby. I call it a hobby.
Just a hobby.
I feel it's a disservice to profession. You get paid for something, you do a good job at it, you're a
Yeah.
professional model. Okay, but I never identified as a professional model because it was never my bread and butter.
So what were you doing after college? What was your bread and butter after college?
I was fortunate enough to belong to a family that was comfortable. Okay, so it afforded me the opportunity of giving my time to make sure that people who weren't financially comfortable in life would get some equity.
Okay.
Okay, so as soon as I graduated, the first thing I did, I went to UNICEF and I volunteered my time there. And then I did World Vision and I did so many advocacies to make sure that, at that time I was very big into children's rights. I still am. I spent a lot of my time up to the present really trying my best to even out the very unimaginably disproportionate chasm, this huge chasm between the haves and the have-nots.
So there you go. That's what you said that really struck me during your birthday party. You said that on your way to school
Yes.
from your gated village,
Yes,
you would see the disparity.
absolutely. And you still see it.
Yes.
You still see it.
And you said I could have blurred it
Yeah.
from my vision, but I never did.
Yeah.
What was happening inside you? How old were you when the seeds of that awareness, and really that's your passion, right, started to
Oh, I
grow?
was very, very young. I was probably 8 or 9 already when I could see. It was so glaring. It was so very glaring. The thing that bothered me was that nobody else was bothered.
Parang
It was
everything's
just accepted.
okay? Parang ganon.
It was, yeah, but that's how it should be. In fact, I remember very, very vividly because at a very young age, Mother Teresa of Calcutta was an idol of mine. You know, it's like my North Star. And one time I told my mom,
I wanna go to India."
I want to go to India. I said, I want to go to India and I want to help there because the poverty is so terrible there. Because on TV you see babies that are blinded on purpose and
Yeah.
limbs that are cut so that they would
They could
elicit
beg.
pity. You know, it was really. And my mother looks at me. She goes, what a silly girl you are. I mean, if you want to help the poor, they're just outside, right?" Then I go, that's right.
Yes.
I mean, I see them, but what's so interesting to me is that you see them. What are you doing about it?
Yeah.
Right? And so I said, I'm going to do something about it. I may not. And the takeaway, now that I'm much older, I have had 50 years of experience in trying, right? I know that you can't change it overnight. I know that in my lifetime, I will probably not see very meaningful change. But if I didn't do my part, and if other people didn't do their part, there wouldn't be a change at all.
Yeah.
So we are pushing the needle. And then I have been so fortunate, so ridiculously fortunate to have been mentored by very, very powerful, intelligent, and compassionate women. Two women come to mind. One was Senator Leticia Shahani, Tita Leti, who took me under her wing very early.
Oh, she did.
Took me everywhere. Loved her. And so, and at that time, I was working in government. Only one. I was working with Gloria Arroyo
Okay.
government.
I really want to
Right.
discuss that. You were hired as
Right.
the, what do you call the
It
title?
was the image consultant.
Image
Yeah.
consultant.
But the one good thing about that, it was through that experience that I got to meet a lot of these powerful women.
Yes.
And so circling back to Tita Letty,
Yeah.
okay, she would take me to a lot of, because we both were commissioners of culture in UNESCO. Okay.
Okay, yun ang
And
Commissioner of Culture.
yes, I was a commissioner of
Cultured
culture in
bacteria.
UNESCO. And she'd take me around. And so she would take me to different government institutions of which she was chairing. And I noticed she'd carry this persona,
Yeah.
you know, where she'd change.
Yes.
And there were times she would actually raise her voice and purposely become fierce.
Yes.
And then when we're back in the car, I mean, you know, she's not fierce anymore,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm saying, okay, so why did you do that? You know, let's say, then she'd teach me. And she taught me this. She goes, Joanna, remember this one thing. You'll have 100 projects. And if one succeeds, consider that a win.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So be realistic.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know a lot of idealistic young people nowadays, they go into service, God bless them, because they want to change the world.
Yes.
Okay. And I will not for the life of me want to diminish that fire one bit. But at the same time, it has to be salted with a lot of realism.
Yes.
Right? Which unfortunately only life experiences can teach you.
Correct,
But
correct.
if I can at least tell them, if in a theoretical level they would get that, that's fine. Then they'll say, oh, that's what Tita Jo said. Okay, now I'm getting it.
Good, good. So, can I go back to the GMA?
Okay.
Because you know what? You really did a good job. I noticed that there was a significant improvement in the way she was wearing her outfits.
Oh, thank you.
Because I'd see her, I went to Ateneo and she taught
She was
there.
teaching economics.
Yeah, economics. Iba itsura.
Yeah,
Iba
yeah.
itsura niya
Yeah,
doon.
yeah, yeah.
And then I go, oh. And then I read, oh, being styled by Joanne Zapanta, blah, blah, blah. So how was this? When did it start? When she was already president?
No, my grandfather, who I admire, Colonel Juan Zapanta, was a classmate and very good friend of President Diosdado Macapagal.
Ah, okay.
Since then there was Doña Eva, who was friends with my mom and friends with my Lola. And then Tita Gloria was friends with my mom and dad, and Luli is a good friend of mine. So I've known them from way back.
Yeah.
So when there was this inkling that she would become the president, okay,
Ah, so prior to being elected, you
Yes,
were there
yes,
already. That's part
yes.
of the campaign.
there was no campaign. She became president because
yeah, I know.
of circumstance.
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
But when she had an inkling, she calls Noelle and she goes, Noelle, can I borrow Joanne for a while? And she calls my mom and says, hey, Sherry, can I borrow Joanne? And it's not because I was like a fashionista of any sort, but because maybe it's because she trusted me and she trusted the family. And to be honest with you, the woman is a very cerebral person.
Yeah.
Okay, the message is the key. What she wears she couldn't care less. But if what she wears helps deliver the message, then she will be bothered.
Can you share with us that process? Because I've always been interested in how stylists would style their client. So what was your process in GMA? She was way too short to be like a head of state.
She was petite, but she was very proportional.
Oh yeah, okay.
She was proportional.
So would you start with what kind of image you'd like to bring out?
I had a discussion with people who were very close to her.
Yeah.
I had a course in diplomatic dressing from Ambassador June Painor. And so I would study how it is when you go to a certain country and if you're going to be awarded a certain, okay, is it going to be the sash? Is it going to be the medal? Which is it going to be? I have to anticipate.
Yeah, so that the wardrobe, the dress would...
Exactly. What's the color of the gemstone that's going to be there? Right? What is the Empress of Japan going to wear? Okay? What's the climate? What's the time? How many minutes from the car to the final destination.
Ang bongga.
How many minutes between engagements? Do we have time to change?
Hmm.
Is there a changing room available? If not, what are the other alternatives? All those things have to be taken into consideration.
And then,
Yeah.
how did you pick the designers?
I had three. I had a team of three. Okay. And
Can you share the names?
Oh, yeah, sure. JC Buendia,
Okay.
Rem Divino,
Okay.
and Ito Corata.
Corata.
And one thing, my marching orders do not make it expensive.
Buti
Okay.
naman. That's nice
Oh, yeah.
to hear.
She goes, I am not going to spend a fortune on clothes. Okay. So make them look good. I mean, I think the theme was couture look at an SM price.
Pero syempre, ano na yon? Palibre na kasi yun. No? I mean, those are big name designers.
No, but they had to work with SM price.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You want to work here in this team?
It has to be just this much.
It has to be, this is the budget.
Yeah.
If not, I won't hold it against you. But
did you ever design or style anyone else?
No.
Just her?
Nor did I want to.
Okay.
Nor did I want to. I mean, I wasn't interested in styling. The only reason why I did it is because my tita told me to. That's why. In fact, I never attended any foreign trip. I never went because
you never did.
I did, and neither did I want to. I was such a pie-eyed idealist. I didn't want to spend a single centavo of the taxpayers' money to bring me there, right? But that meant going to the palace days before the foreign trip and really cataloging every outfit, putting them together with the accessories day one. I remember day one, event one, from 10:30 to everything was laid out.
And who would be doing it for her? Because you didn't travel with her.
She had a lady who would come,
okay.
who would work with me with the packing, and of course the designers would come.
Did you also have discussions with her? Or dinikta mo lang?
Not interested.
Talaga?
She is
So she just blindly wore what you asked her to wear?
Yeah. Or sometimes if she didn't want to change anymore, she won't. She won't because every outfit had a backup.
That's
so I
interesting
do things
to know.
Twice. Later on, I got a little bit tamad na. It's like, I will send you 2 backups. Eventually, no. When I kind of figured, like, okay, she's not changing. Okay,
Sayang
she's not.
Naman,
Okay, she's not. All right, so we just do these backups, things like that. Yeah.
Katawa. Kasi syempre ako, mahilig din ako sa mga arte-artehan na ganyan. That's why I wanted to really ask you about that. How about you? How do you go about putting together an outfit?
I am the laziest person. Right now, I can't be bothered to a certain degree. I think when I was younger, I was. You have these kikai moments, or people would stop you in the street, right? People would stop you going, parang, and you're like, wow, all right, then I guess I should dress up then. But now you're much older. People can't be bothered. You're a senior citizen proudly holding your senior card, right?
So if I go to your closet, what can I see there?
You'd see a lot of neutrals.
Yes.
You'd see a lot.
You like a lot of jeans and rubber shoes.
Yes, I love rubber shoes. Plus the fact that, I have cervical spondylosis and lumbar spondylosis. Okay. And
heels are not.
That's why I need cushioning.
All right.
I need cushioning because it's gentler on your nerves.
So what are the heels that you would recommend? Wala.
Don't recommend
rubber shoes pa rin.
I love rubber shoes. I mean, there were times I would actually go to a formal event, really posh, right?
And
with
then,
a long gown because I was
inside.
wearing rubber shoes. And nobody knew because I made
okay
sure.
lang because you're tall, so parang.
But nobody knew.
Is Noel taller than you?
Yeah, he is taller than me. But of course, if I start wearing even a little bit of heels, then
and of course the 80s with the hair that's like 6 inches high.
Oh my God! Okay, the 80s with the spray net, right? The helmet here. That was fun. But I was very young at that time. I was very, very young at that time. I think 1990s. That was when. Yeah.
So and you had Noel as your boyfriend at that time too.
Yeah. I was 18 years old.
First boyfriend, first serious boyfriend.
First serious boyfriend for sure. Yeah.
So, ano naman ang, I remember, I don't know if I mentioned this to you, at Far East Bank, where Noel also worked, there was a time you visited him, and like the senior bosses were nagkakagulo ng konti. Hey, hey,
Oh my
hey, John,
goodness.
John, 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 John.
Oh my
So
goodness.
parang, they were like, they had to talk to Noel kunyari, para
I was so
makilala.
unaware of a lot of things. You know, maybe it's a blessing that I was very clueless. I get people who come up to me and say, "Do you know that you were the it girl?" And
Yeah.
I didn't even know what an it girl was. You know, because you have to remember also that during the time I was modeling and doing all these covers where I look as though it gives people the impression that I was a party girl, but I wasn't.
You were not?
I was totally not. In fact, I was the girl who did not have a date on weekends.
Really?
Yeah, because I was pretty much an introvert, right?
So what
I
did you do? Did you love reading?
I loved reading. I loved reading. I loved drawing. I was
What
very
kind of
cerebral.
books do you like reading on your spare?
At that time, I was very much into Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Yeah, I was very much into
Harry Potter then.
No.
Not Lord of the Rings.
At this high school, wala pa yung Harry Potter at that
Mami
time.
na tayo ng Harry
Yeah,
Potter.
oo. I was into the classics at that time. But see, when I was modeling, there was just the studio, a small studio, the photographer,
Yeah.
the makeup artist who also doubled as your hairstylist, and the designer. Okay, and the designer would sometimes have somebody to assist, or sometimes not.
Yes.
Okay, so you had
Ngayon,
these.
it's a whole village
Yeah, and
talaga.
it's just the same people. So they were people I knew very well. So virtually there were only 3 people in the room plus you, right? But of course, when you see it in the magazine or the newspaper or what, it's like, oh my God, what a production! Right?
Yes,
No, it
yes.
wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't the production. So the reality was so different from the impression people had, the image. Right. So then now people come up to me. Did you know that you were this?
Yeah.
I was. Okay, so I was.
So you feel the perks of being beautiful. Honestly.
You see, especially since I came from not being.
No.
Remember that the
Okay,
backstory
okay.
was I wasn't, and then all of a sudden I was. So I go, wow, this is great.
Yeah, right?
This is interesting because people
So whatever
are treating
message you
you
have, it can be louder. It can be heard more if you're beautiful. Do you think that?
No,
Oh, you don't?
no.
How
no,
come?
that was the negative part because everybody was too busy looking at you. They were just too busy looking at you that they couldn't, anything you had to say. I remember one time somebody called me, a big corporation called me and they said, we want you to do a talk. And at that time I was very big into children's rights. And I said, well, I could give a talk on this or that. And I just noticed, like, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. And I realized
They were not
I could have said something like,
McDonald's.
I could read the directory.
And
you
then they'd say,
still wouldn't-
yes, yes.
Absolutely. And,
Oh.
and I was like, I don't think I'm happy about this. And I ended up not doing it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I ended up not doing it because I didn't appreciate that. I mean, I understand that when you're young, you love it, and I get it, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, you cross the street literally. This is not rhetorical.
Yes.
I crossed the street and there was a
heads.
car. No, you had a collision. Okay, and not because I was jaywalking.
Yes,
It was not
sobrang.
because, so it did happen. Those cliches, those things, they
Oh my
did happen.
God.
They did happen. And at that time, it was like, okay, it didn't really sink in.
Parang magandang ano yan sa movie, Magandang
I
scene
know,
yan.
but at the same time,
It gets in the way. Is that what you're saying? Sometimes it gets in the way.
the way people treat you is not
Also.
normal.
Yes.
It's not
and
normal.
sometimes you really have to make it so obvious that, hey, there's more beyond this.
You have to try harder, but at the same time, you see, if people, as I said, when I was younger, people tease me the missing link. I was a Mowgli. I was ugly compared to my sister, and they treat me so terribly. They bully me. Now this time, they
Iba
bully you,
naman.
but for the wrong reason. Right?
Nakakatawa naman yun.
You never catch a break.
Yeah. So let's go to our interesting stage, the third act.
Okay.
Did you somehow prepare before you turned 60?
Yes, because I'm the type of person who doesn't like surprises.
When did you start preparing for this age?
When I was 50.
Isang dekada?
I was there, yes, yes.
I was gonna say, ako 2 years prior. Ikaw, grabe.
No.
Hindi mo na enjoy yung 50s mo.
Because, when you're young, getting older is a rumor. It's a rumor. It's sabi nila, ganito.
Yeah.
It'll happen to other people, but it won't happen to you,
Okay.
right? So, but then later on, it is happening to you. But the truth of the matter is, I don't feel much different inside, right? I'm still enthusiastic. It's just the outside, I guess, that has changed. And if people say, hey, you look great. Hey, you know what? Then
you.
maybe I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I make no apologies for looking good. I will not make apologies because I'm not going to give you that false sense of humility, because there's one thing I know. If you look good on the outside, it boosts your confidence. Why shouldn't it? It does.
Yes.
And if it boosts your confidence, if it gives you an extra spring in your step, then you affect everybody else positively. Why not?
Yes.
Why not?
Agree.
Right?
So, is there any fright? Are you afraid to grow old and lose the beauty?
Sure. I'll be lying to you if not.
So-
but hopefully, but you see, as I said, I'm not a pretty girl who happened to be smart. I was a smart girl who, by some stroke of luck, ended up pretty.
Being the
so the
swan.
default really is the smart.
Yes.
So between the two, which would I miss the most? If you made me choose, I would not want to give up my smarts for the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in that case, what have you been doing to prepare for the Lolaness look? Can we have some beauty/vanity tips here?
Yeah, well, you know what? I'll tell you, you can be 90 and still be amazingly attractive. Truly.
Yes.
Now, are we talking about attractive that you want to get a man? No, and neither do I care for that. Because I already have my husband. I am happy with him. I am not interested in luring
Okay.
anybody else, right? But can you be alluring in the sense that getting people interested in you? Absolutely. Absolutely. The oldest supermodel is this woman named Carmen.
Okay.
Carmen de la Rafiche.
Oh, yeah.
Carmen,
I think
who is in
can-
her 90s.
Yes.
Stunning.
Yes.
Stunning woman. I mean, you put her near some pretty young thing, I'm still going to look at Carmen. Okay? And if you notice, when she talks, she's amazing. Okay? But then I also meet a lot of women who may not look like much, but the moment they open their
Yes.
mouth, the moment you get where they're coming from, you are hooked.
Yeah.
Okay? And
I
that's
know
where
what
the
you're saying.
smarts come in.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what's attractive to me.
A while ago, you mentioned that Paulina Porishkova was one of your
Yes. Oh,
the
yeah.
models.
Absolutely.
So I do follow her on Instagram.
Yes, I do
and
too.
She has this statement also that my hair is gray, but she's still so sexy, right? She's still beautiful.
She is. But it's her bone structure.
Yeah.
First of all, she's 5'11 and 3/4.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's really slim. I adored her. She was my goddess. Right now, the way she is, I even admire her so much more because
yeah.
she is much older. She looks much older. I think there may be, please nobody bash me for this, but in my observation, Caucasian women tend to age quicker.
Than Asian.
Than
Yeah.
Asian women
I agree.
or African descent women.
Yeah.
And she did. And I'm sure there was this anxiety about how do I keep it? And she could have done two things. One route would be
The usual.
to do
Yeah.
the procedures.
Yes.
And the other route would be, nope, I'm going to
That's
go
what she took.
natural. And she chose that.
Yeah.
I applaud her for
I
that.
do too.
I applaud her
Yeah.
for that. Right?
Yes.
That's amazing. And so to me, she becomes more beautiful that way.
How about you? What do you think of procedures?
I think it's a choice.
Yeah.
I think it's a choice. And if you would rather go the Christy Brinkley way, and have procedures done and be 70 plus and still look the way, then go do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get so peeved when women go, retokada yan, or you dye your hair, don't you?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Or you shave, don't you? Right? You do. I mean, if you want to go all natural, then put up your armpit and tell me that, right? And I bet that you've had IPL done, right? I mean, the moment you do that, stop. If you, then you're retokada too, for me.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
So what you're saying is it's a personal choice.
It's a personal
Walang
choice.
basagan ng trip.
Yeah, and then there are degrees. Like what? If I do a facial, is that retokada? Right? If I do thermage, is that retokada?
What's your personal taste? How, up to what procedure are you thinking of doing?
Well, fortunately, science has come so far that you don't have to do a nip tuck anymore. Okay, and here is the one takeaway that I will share with everybody, and they better listen because this is the make or break. When I was very young, and VMV, Vermin Veralio, who I modeled for forever,
Yes.
is an old family friend. When I was in my teens, she came up with VMV. And she goes, if there's
Hypoallergenic.
yes, and if one thing that you can do to save your skin is do sunblock very early in life. So when I was a very young teen, I was doing sunblock every day, and I have done it for the rest of my life. Which is why,
Sipag.
yeah. And then I discovered retinols, right? Which really in
The ones that you just applied.
right,
diba?
which on a cellular level, regenerates the skin very quickly. Okay, so for me, it is very possible for a woman to be 90 and still have very healthy looking skin, right? So for me, that's the way I see it. Now, if people want to do Botox, go for it.
Have you?
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh, you have?
I've tried it. I don't do it often, but I've tried it. And if somebody will ask me, would I care to do it again? Well, maybe if I feel I need it, I will. And I'm not going to make any apologies for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Or if they want to do fillers, yeah, sure.
Have you done fillers?
Sure. I did fillers because I had something here that needed filling when I had an accident, right? And hey, if it works for you, go for it.
Yeah.
But don't be addicted to it. And
That's
don't hinge your
right.
identity on it.
So that's the thing. I've not done anything at all, and I would always say, like when my derma would try to convince me, Botox, there's nothing to it, ganyan, ganyan. Doktora, ayoko, I'm scared, di ba? I'm
Even
so
with
scared
taking
with
pills, you don't want to take
I don't want.
biogesic.
So it's also my thing, my choice.
Right.
And I also tell her this. Sinasabi ko pag she keeps on trying to convince me, ayoko kasing ma-addict eh. So in your case, how does one prevent oneself from getting addicted to this? Because this is what my thinking is. I may be right or wrong. Di ba pagka, okay, ginawa ko na to. Tapos, later on, you will tend to look for something else to do. And that's the story I always hear. So how does one prevent from getting down there, the rabbit hole?
If you're not obsessed to begin with, I think people who do that,
Because you see that, right? The obsession, the addiction, parang
see that-
nakakatakot na.
I see people who have always had a very big insecurity, an inner insecurity
Okay.
about their looks. And so now they're given an avenue.
Uh-huh.
And so they go to town with it. Okay. But then I know some people who are like, well, it can help, but there are other things in my life that I can do. So if I want to tweak here or tweak there, that's fine. But then I have other things
Yeah.
that define me.
Yeah, I
that
think-
define me. But some people are like, oh no, okay, now there's a way. Now there's a way. Okay. And they do this, oh, I look good. Okay. So now this confidence is coming in, but sometimes they can get carried away.
Yes.
Right.
I just have an aha moment when you said, I
Yeah.
have something else. Maybe that's the key. You should have something else and something a lot greater.
Oh, absolutely.
Diba? Like, you have this advocacy. So, para bang hindi laging nakatutok dun sa kailangan
Yeah,
na
your
ng
filler.
filler.
Is actually on
Yeah.
others. It's not on yourself,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And then you experience a physical and emotional sense of gratification with what you're doing. So you're getting that.
Yes.
So you're not getting it from the from your looks, the aesthetics, but you're getting it from an activity that you're doing. So at the end of the day, you're getting something positive from it.
Yeah. Sige, let's try to wind down this conversation. Tell us a little bit about your own family naman. So you're married to Noel.
Yes, and I have
Tell us about your...
I have three kids, Jaime, and then I have twins.
Yes.
And it's been great. I married my best friend. I'm pretty much like you.
Yeah.
Okay, I married my best friend, and we're still dating. I met him when I was 18. I'm 60 now, so we've been dating for 42 years.
That's a long time, man.
And to me, my life goal is to be that old couple that you see walking hand in hand.
Oh, I tell Marvin we are that
Yeah.
already.
And Noel and I are. We are that couple.
How old
and
is Noel?
He's 62.
Okay.
He's 62, I'm 60.
2
So
years.
there are times wherein he's 2 years older, and then there are times he's 3 years, because he's
Yeah,
about
because-
2.5 years.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
But we want to be that old couple, and I think we will be that old couple. And that's such a blessing, because I think one of the most important decisions is, first of all, do you even want to get married?
Correct.
'Cause
We
we've
had that conversation,
right?
yes.
Do you even want to have that to get married? Number two is, if you are married, do you even want to have children? Okay, because now the world is changing.
Yes.
Okay, it's not traditional anymore.
Yes.
And whereas before it's like, oh, kailan ka mag-aasawa, kailan ka magkakaanak, as if it was you are obligated to the world to do that. But now you don't have to, right? But as we have gotten married, I think one of the most important decisions you make is, who are you going to marry? Because that's the person you're going to be with, who will either make your life a living heaven or hell.
Yeah.
Right?
Were you a
Changes
strict
you.
mom? How were you as a mom?
No, I was not a strict mom. I was not
Spoiler?
a strict... I probably was.
You were.
I was not. I was the...
Or should should you say still am?
No, I don't think
not
I
anymore.
I was a very nurturing mom.
All right.
I was a cheerleader mom. I learned from the mistakes my grandparents and parents
The labeling.
made. The labeling, the favorites,
Yeah.
the having to earn your love
Oh.
thing, you know. No.
So you went the opposite route.
So I went the opposite route, and I think at the end of the day, if a child knows he or she is loved unconditionally, that helps. But there's only so much you can do,
Yes.
right?
Yes, and your kids are all above 25.
Right, and they have to make their own mistakes,
Yes.
and they have to learn.
Their prefrontal cortex are all developed.
They have.
So-
Oh God, I hope they are.
So
They are.
any mistakes from them, we don't have to carry it anymore. Because remember when they were younger,
Right.
if they do something wrong,
Right.
you go back to yourself.
Did I do something wrong? Was
What
it
did I
me?
do? Isn't it? Yeah.
Right.
But now
and another
we're
thing
done
is,
with
every
that.
child is different. From
Correct.
parenting skills of one sibling, of one child is different from another, and there's no manual.
Yeah. What's the biggest challenge as far as parenting is concerned for you?
Oh God, that's such a profound question. The biggest challenge is knowing when to say no, knowing when to stop being a friend, because later on I realized you shouldn't be a
You
friend.
shouldn't. Yeah.
You know, you shouldn't be a friend. You're a mother. You shouldn't be a
Yes.
friend.
You can be a cool mom,
Yeah,
but you
right.
shouldn't be just
Right.
like any other friend.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's difficult. Knowing when to stop, and knowing when to push,
Yeah.
knowing when to encourage, having that sense of discernment,
Yeah.
which is very difficult, and unfortunately only comes with experience.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a tough part. Being a wife was easier. Because I was dating Noel for 8 years. So I knew what I was
Yeah.
buying. Okay. I kicked those tires
Yeah.
before buying the car.
You know you're right, no?
Yeah.
So, unlike your kids, they come in surprise packages.
Oh yeah. And they evolve, right? So they become
Yeah.
different. But you know, I think at the end of my days, I'll say I did the best I can. I think it was, given everything, that the cards I was dealt, I think I was okay. I think I did a good job. No regrets there.
What do you see in this chapter, Joanne?
I will continue giving and making a positive difference in this world, especially in this country. But this is the time I think I will have to learn how to give to me.
Oh.
Yeah. To give to me. I have to learn to give to me.
Have you been overdoing it, you feel?
Absolutely.
So you're telling yourself now, hey, I have to articulate, give to me.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
actually see that sometimes.
Absolutely. And I'm not even aware. I'm not aware that I haven't been taking care of me because I'm getting all these endorphins,
Yeah.
giving to other people that I think I'm okay, but I'm not. See? And the other day, it was actually my son who sat me down, and my oldest son, and he goes, Mom, you have to learn how to take care of yourself too. Because ever since I've known you, it's always about everybody else's needs.
Can we share with the audience what these roles are? So she is our president now of the Zonta Club of Makati and Environs. You are also a director at Philippine Red Cross.
Oh, I was a national governor of
Ah,
the
okay.
Philippine Red Cross, and then now I'm a board member in Red Cross Muntinlupa. I'm gonna forget all the
Yes,
things
yes.
I've done. I'm a board of director for Philippine Center for Population and Development. I'm a trustee
Oh, yeah?
there, and
Okay.
I'm the head of the project committee. We're putting up two clinics for low-income families in Montalban and in Laguna.
Yes.
I also have taken over much of the family business.
Oh,
We're into
okay.
real estate. We have buildings, and so we maintain buildings. After this interview, I'm actually visiting our building in Quezon City. Okay, and then of course, being a wife and a mother, and
Yes.
also handling a lot of. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm handling a lot of legislative and legal cases for a couple of people who have not had the power or the voice to be able to be helped. So I do that also on the side. So it's a lot of things for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I didn't notice it. I really didn't notice it. And then my son said to me, Mom, ever since I've known you, it's always been about someone else. And it's always been about grabbing the phone and coordinating and doing this and doing that. And it hit me. And he goes, Mom, sometimes we're sitting down and you're not even there. I mean, you're
Ooh.
physically there, but you're not. And
Yeah.
that killed me.
Yeah.
Oh, that hit me. And this was just very recently.
Yeah.
And that got me. And I said, okay, if I have to unlearn, then I have to. I mean, part of the reason I do this is I suspect I have ADD.
Yeah, you mentioned
Yeah,
that.
I suspect I do.
So you really have to design something in your week, like probably set one day. That's a Joanne day.
Right, I have to write, but then I find myself still coordinating. I do, literally Zonta, for instance, something as simple as Zonta.
Yes.
First thing in the morning, it's Zonta. Last thing at night, the titas are calling me.
Oh my gosh,
It
yeah.
is.
Our Viber chat
Right?
doesn't sleep.
Because I have to answer everybody. And you see, again, I suspect I do have ADD because, and I have the short-term memory of a fruit fly. All right? Seriously.
What's my name?
Jasmine. Okay. But if it's important,
Yes.
and if it's important, a task that is important, I have to do it now. Because
Yes.
if
You're
I
scared that you might forget.
and it's too important.
okay.
I take my responsibilities
I remember you
very
saying that
seriously.
before.
So I have to do it now. Now,
Yeah.
if we're in a conversation and something important comes to mind, very important, I'm going to risk being rude
And cut
cut you simply because it's so important, and I need to know the answer. That if you don't, if I don't let you, if I don't cut you,
Yeah,
I'll
you
forget.
forget. Okay.
Yeah.
So before we forget other things, I'd like to thank you for this really
thank you for
wonderful
having me.
chit chat,
Yeah.
Joanne. And there's so many things that we will still be doing.
Yes.
Please invite them to help us. She was able to put this thing that we're doing for the Marilac girls.
Oh, the Psychological
Yes.
Center
So
for
please
Sexually
tell them
Abused
briefly
Girls.
about it and then how they could help, probably through TLVS.
Okay. Well, in 1997, we put up the Psychological Center for Sexually Abused Girls in Marilac Hills. Marilac Hills is a haven. It's a government institution that houses sexually abused girls who have cases pending. And at that time in 1997, there was not adequate psychological care for these girls. And if there's one thing that sexually abused girls need, is psychological care.
That's it.
So we're on our, I do believe, 28th year.
I know.
And it has been a challenge every year to get funding
Yes.
for psychological care. And so we have another project called the Little Vintage Shop. And the Little Vintage Shop is a project wherein we open the closets of the titas of Manila who donate their clothes. And we sell them on Instagram under the Little Vintage Shop.
Yes, and actually,
Yeah.
the Little Vintage Shop already has mga anak-anak.
Yes, it has the little formal shop, and
Yes.
it has upcycled by the Little Vintage Shop.
And the mini.
And the mini vintage shop,
for kids.
right? And all the donations that come out of purchasing the or receiving the clothes, because these are donations.
Yes.
Actually go to funding our many service projects, one of which is the psychological care for the sexually abused girls. So I would like to invite everybody to check on Instagram the Little Vintage Shop, the Little Formal Shop, upcycled by TLVS, and the Mini Vintage Shop.
And they can also buy our gift certificates.
Oh, yes.
And they can use them as presents for any occasion, birthday, Christmas,
That's
etc.,
right.
etc.
So another thing you could do is to go and Google the Zonta Club of Makati and Environs. I know it's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful.
And you will see all our projects there.
Yes. So thanks, Joanne.
Thank you
This
so
has been
much.
lovely.
Mwah!
Sige.
Okay.
More power to all those advocacies in the third act.
I know, this is a long podcast. I hope they enjoy.
Yeah. So this has been Rose Press Fausto, wishing you all a high FQ. Maraming salamat po.